What's up, guys? It's been a massive breaking news. The Supreme Court has ruled that white people who are straight also have rights. I know, you'd be shocked to learn that over the past, let's say, decade of the fever dream of wokeness that our country has gone through, but now it seems the cancer is slowly but surely healing in our nation, and all men are indeed created equal. Supreme Court rules unanimously in favor of straight Ohio woman who claimed discrimination. She claimed that DEI got her fired and replaced by a gay man. Another non-victory for Pride Month. Here we go. Ohio employees' victory eliminates higher standards of proof for majority groups in discrimination cases. That's insane. Wow. Let's read. The Supreme Court on Thursday ruled unanimously in favor of an Ohio woman who claims that she was discriminated against for a job promotion in favor of gay candidates. The ruling, Ames versus Ohio Department of Youth Services, finds a member of the majority group in protected classes do not need to meet higher standards of evidence in order to establish discrimination. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson wrote the opinion of the court, 9-0 decision. Well, that's shocking, actually, but let's read. The Sixth Circuit has implemented a rule that requires certain title plaintiffs, those who are members of majority groups, so I assume white straight people, I guess here, to satisfy a heightened evidentiary standard, Jackson wrote. We conclude that this title does not impose such a heightened standard in the majority group's plaintiffs. Therefore, the judgment is vacated. So they struck down some type of woke district court or circuit court, saying that because she is a white woman and she's straight, that she has a higher threshold of evidence to meet than a minority group. You know how insane this is, by the way? Can we just take a step back and talk about like the classification, like how bad it's going to get when you talk about the classification of people? You know, everybody is a minority. Like in what world do you want to how far do you want to zoom out? Because there are some states where white people are minorities. There's the world, right, where white people are the I think 8 or 5% of the entire global population, right? What you'd consider like European white people. Like, how dumb do you want to get with this thing? You can go to county by county levels. There are counties that are 90% Asian, Hispanic, or black. Like in what world do you expect? Like, you want to go by age or where she was raised or her income? Like, what dividing line? Everybody's a minority. Like, if you try and pick or choose these things, it's gonna be so stupid. You're gonna get into such minutia. Go back 100 years ago, and the minorities who were like oppressed, killed, and beaten in the streets were like Irish and Italian people that were coming over on boats. Like, check in on the late 1800s, like what New York City was looking like. Martin Scorsese has a couple movies about them. Like, maybe you can watch them, right? Anyway, the point is that it's a really dumb game to play. The woman in the case, Marlene Ames is her name. She's a heterosexual woman who had worked for the Ohio Department of Youth Services. In 2004, she argued that she was discriminated against on the basis of her sexual orientation. Passed over for a promotion in favor of a lesbian woman, and then was later replaced in her own role by a gay man. Oh no. Ames was qualified and has been denied a promotion in favor of a gay candidate and later demoted in favor of another gay candidate. Evidence that would ordinarily satisfy her prima facie burden now specifically faulted Ames for failing to make the requisite showing of background circumstances. This title prohibits employers from discriminating against employees on the basis of race, color, religion, sex, national origin, of course, which we agree with. Thursday's ruling strikes down the Sixth Circuit Court's background circumstances rule, which required majority groups, it's so insane, majority groups, to be protected classes and show special evidence of discrimination. I mean, can you show evidence of discrimination on college campuses? Like, how many of Harvard's professors voted for Trump? Like, in what world, like, you want to go down this path? Like, how many lawyers at, like, top law firms or, like, CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, like, voted for Trump? You know what I mean? Like, at what point at what point does the entire country that voted for Trump, like, what portion of active reporters in Washington, D.C. voted for President Trump. Can we all claim discrimination? It's just what I'm saying is it's going to be absurd. You start like breaking people off by majority, minority status. It'll never end. You can always find someone having a leg up or something somewhere. Stupid. It's insane that our country operates like this. It's reductive. I mean, it's reductive. Thursday's order does not fully resolve the case in Ames's favor. The court notes that Ohio, alternate arguments, so on and so forth. It kicks the ruling back down to the court effectively. We granted a review to consider the validity of the background circumstances rule. We reject that. So they're essentially saying that like what's considered a majority group doesn't, they don't have to prove any higher standards here. Ames's case was supported by the Justice Department, the American First Legal Foundation, Libertarian Pacific Legal Foundation, cool. The NAACP was among the groups backing the Ohio case, LOL. Let's get some reactions here. Racism. Activist judges allowed racial discrimination against whites since the 1980s in a unanimous decision. SCOTUS reversed that discrimination. It only took 44 years for the court to figure it out. Damn it. The ruling was 9-0, which is really exciting and remarkable in this current environment. DEI is officially dead. The tides have turned. Companies can be sued for discrimination against white people. Yeah, this really opens up the door here, doesn't it? DEI is DED. Every rejected straight or white applicant can now sue, according to SCOTUS ruling. Hiring to replace whites in gaming is not okay. Should absolutely end this practice. SCOTUS ruled reverse discrimination, 9-0 decision. They have killed DEI forever. Several unanimous W's at the Supreme Court today. Sides with straight women over discrimination. Mexico doesn't have the right to sue gun makers. Sides with Catholic Charity. Pay statements to unemployed insurance programs. Okay, cool. Do you understand how huge this is? The SCOTUS ruling is a game changer. The Ames precedent, DEI programs now face great risk and challenge. You could now be bankrupted. Like if you practice DEI, you have massive legal liability. Supreme Court just ruled unanimously. In other words, discriminating against somebody because they're white or heterosexual is illegal under the Civil Rights Act. Good. Can't believe we have to say it, but it's true. Okay, fine. This is how a lot of stuff functions, right? The scales get tipped and they have to be reset. Okay, good. This is very good. 9-0 smackdown. The court reversed the Ohio Youth Services employee. The ruling. Lower court said she had to prove extra background circumstances before arguing that she passed over for a gay worker. Ketanji Brown Jackson wrote the opinion. The title means what it says. No special hoops for majority plaintiffs. Transition. White or straight workers can haul bosses to court if they are racist against them. Good. People on CNN crashing out. Very good. Also, just so there's no misunderstanding, there was no such thing as reverse discrimination. There was only just discrimination. That's exactly right. The very good thing that SCOTUS unanimous about that. There's just discrimination. That's exactly right. That's a really good point. Reverse discrimination is a fake concept. They're just being like openly racist. They can't grasp it, can they? The whole point here is that there's no such thing as reverse discrimination. There's just discrimination. It attaches on the individual level. There's no forward group or reverse group. Vivek Ramaswamy, running for governor of Ohio, of course, very important here. Reverse discrimination is still discrimination. Shouldn't be controversial. Good. Everybody's sharing this CNN clip, so why not play it? Because it's funny. Equality under the law is a cornerstone of our country. Reverse discrimination is just discrimination. Good deal. Let's play a clip from dying CNN and see what they have to say. Ladies and gentlemen, a massive win for this country and for all men being created equal, and most importantly, a return from the psychotic Marxist fever dream that we've just all gone through, where they want to turn this entire country into South Africa is really what they want to do. I mean, obviously, right? They want to create a racist system in their favor, right? Barack Obama just wants to create a separate racist system. Okay, it's clearly that's the plan. That's what DEI is, right? And it's valuing certain human beings over others based on their immutable qualities that nobody can control. That's sick and wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, you're CNN crying about it.
Breaking news, the Supreme Court is releasing opinions. I want to go straight to CNN Chief Legal Affairs Correspondent Paula Reed. What are you learning, Paula?
All right, Pam, we've already gotten 4 decisions from the court, and among them is one of the big ones we have been watching. This is a unanimous opinion that will make it easier to file so-called reverse discrimination claims here in the U.S. Now here, the Supreme Court sided with a straight woman in Ohio. She filed a reverse discrimination lawsuit against her employer when her gay boss declined to promote her and instead promoted another gay individual. Now, this is mostly about the bar that members of majority groups, so in this case a straight white woman, need to meet in order to file these kinds of claims. And here, in a unanimous opinion, they have sided with this woman. So she will, it appears, be allowed to continue to proceed with this. And as you know, diversity, equity, and inclusion, this is something that has been really politicized during the Trump administration, which is one of the many reasons that we have been watching this particular case so closely.